Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm gonna talk about AC Shadows gameplay trailer. I know I'm late to the party. Uh, the trailer dropped I think like 10 days ago, 9 days ago, something like that. I had to take care of some stuff IRL. I was busy, but I managed to not get spoiled on basically anything. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go.
Hello, my name is Thierry Dansereau, art director on Assassin's Creed Shadows.
And I'm Charles Benoit, game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. We are here today to share details on our first gameplay walkthrough for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Torii gates are really iconic in Japanese culture and also very striking visually. So when the players see them, they will know there is something interesting to discover following that path. It can be secrets, it can be loot, targets, everything that fuel your progression.
Fukujiyama. At last.
We wanted to showcase one of the many castles found that the
I will say this. I wouldn't call it S tier graphic, but I will say it's solid A. I really like the graphics.
game will have. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, you'll be exploring a dynamic and ever-changing open world, all of which is affected by dynamic seasons and weather system.
Wait.
Seasons and weather exploring a dynamic and ever-changing open world, all of which is affected by
Okay, it's kinda interesting when you walk in the city. The peasants kinda show respect.
dynamic seasons and weather system.
Look. Like this guy. I like it. It's a nice touch.
The wildlife is now more than ever part of the game ecosystem and biomes. In Assassin's Creed
AC
Shadows,
game.
a lot of the game wildlife
You have
will
to
evolve and
pet
change colors
animals.
for seasons, and the player will even see puppies, mostly in the springtime.
Well, you are a friendly beast, are you not?
The goal is to have a more natural behaviors and awareness systems.
Cool.
Samurai sir, this way, I beg you.
Such beauty, shadowed by suffering.
You're about to see Yasuke in action. In that sequence, Yasuke is going to find one of his targets.
What is happening here?
Okay, Yasuke is basically melee only type of character. And I don't know what this weapon is called, but god damn, it looks good.
Have a lot of target to hunt around Japan, and this zip cam and celebration is used to highlight those moments when you find them.
I told you, keep walking.
Let's see some combat now.
Nice dodge.
The notion of dynamism was also applied to our props
Okay,
that are for most of them breakable.
Okay, wait. Jesus
Yasuke
Christ. Okay. Let's go back here.
Let's see some combat now.
I love the animation for the dodge. It's really Witcher-like. But here, after the first hit, the guard loses the helmet. And the
notion
next
of
hit,
dynamism was also applied to our
cause more damage. I like that. I like that very much. You can see the same type of system in Kingdom Come Deliverance. Like in KCD, the helmet won't come off, but if you damage the armor enough, you can cause more damage to health and stamina. And it's kind of like this. I like it. And the destructible objects. I love it.
props that are for most of them breakable.
Jesus.
Yasuke is using a kanabo, so it's a big, massive weapon, slow but very impactful. It's the best weapon to break enemies' armor. It's also a good tactic to remove armor first because it reduces the time to deal with your opponents.
Exactly.
You can see the yellow bar under the enemy. It represents the armor, and once it's broken, it's a lot easier to land hits and inflict damage. Attacking and defending.
Just like what I said. Damn it, Yasuke. there was something
time
else
to deal.
here.
It's all slow, but Yasuke
Yeah,
is using
the
the kanabo, so it's
blocking.
a big, massive weapon. Slow.
It's kind of like, again, kind of like KCD when you get the small shield in normal mode, not in hardcore mode. You get a small shield, which means it's the best time to block. It's kind of like that. You get a little bit of light on the enemy.
But very impactful. It's the
blue
best
one.
weapon to break
Yeah.
enemies' armor. It's also a good tactic to remove armor first because it
Jesus.
reduces the time to deal with your opponent. You can see the yellow bar under the enemy. It represents the armor, and once it's broken, it's a lot easier to land hits and inflict damage. Attacking and defending charge up your adrenaline meter. Once it's full, you can spend all those resources to push back or knock down or inflict damages and
dear
even
God.
put the enemy vulnerable. One of the big combat novelty is the posture system. You can hold your attack and posture at any moment inside a combo. Those attacks inflict massive damage and can also branch into execution. But of course, if you use those
Jesus.
attacks, you expose yourself. So the key is
Right.
to really master the timing and learning enemy behavior. In the end, your competency can give you an edge over your stats.
Persecutor. Greed cannot rule this village.
The players always have two weapons at the same time, so they can freely switch between both of them.
Cool.
You can see
Cool.
here Yasuke has the classic katana, and he's using one of his unique
Yeah.
moves, the sheeted attack. Now you can concentrate on the target. You can see the katana is a lot faster and versatile.
But
Looking at the
probably
target,
will
you
do
see
less damage.
he's a lot more reactive and defensive. If you're taking the posture like right now, he's also using one of his posture against you. So it creates really distance between the two fighters. The enemy reactivity
cool,
really
cool.
push the player to use all his tools. So the parry, you need to react, you need to read the enemy to find the best opening and land the posture attacks when it's best.
Yeah. Okay, so the combat system, I will say this, I love it. It's one of the few games that combat system actually makes sense. I love it. Especially the stance, the posture, the animations, the finishers. It's really, really good. Now let's... Oh boy. Here comes the
Yasuke and Naoe
shinobi.
have their own personal story and their own life. But once they allied, they cooperate to achieve the common objective.
Too slow.
It means you can also switch at any
Yeah.
moment in the open world. Of course, not during
Okay.
the infiltration.
Okay. I like that one. It's not like AC Odyssey that you have to choose between Alexios and Cassandra. You play as both characters. You can play as both characters. Kind of like AC Syndicate. I like that, but I hope none of them make jokes like Jacob. I couldn't stand Jacob. There was a reason that I always played as Evie. It has both positive and negative. But the thing is, like in AC Syndicate, after a certain point when you open all the skills, kind of both characters can do everything. I don't know if it's like that in this game too, because both AC games developed by the same studio. Like I hope each character gets a dedicated skill tree that only develop their own style. It's not like shared that we end up with basically the same character at the end of the game.
Or when you're fighting, but otherwise the players can really choose the character they want at any time and choose how they want to play them.
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him.
In this sequence, Yasuke is suggesting to use the spy network. It's a new
Right.
system that we introduced in Assassin's Creed Shadow to support the shinobi fantasy and help the player to find their objective. So you can send your spy to scout areas and spot your targets or the quest objective you have.
Okay, great. I need to know more about this system because when I read about it, it kind of reminded me of Sherlock Holmes' homeless network. I'm not sure if it's something like that, but it could be cool.
Sometimes we have both characters in the cutscene where you can pick the one who answer or ask questions.
Through the front gate.
Okay.
At the end, you can also pick the character you want to continue with. You can choose between Naoe being more stealth-oriented or Yasuke being a bit more focused on fight.
Chance. But be careful in there.
Don't worry. I won't be alone. It'll be me and the shadows.
Oh,
From this
boy.
point, we are with Naoe inside the Fukujiyama Castle. Feudal Japanese castles are amazing playgrounds as they
cool.
offer a lot of opportunity to play in them in a stealth way or rather in a fight-oriented.
In the following sequence, you can see what's new in terms of parkour and stealth. First, our
Eagle
grappling
vision.
hook, it's fully physics-based, so your speed and direction can affect where you
Ooh.
go. You can also assassinate from the grappling hook, as you can see now.
Yeah, it's cool.
We brought back the cover system to sneak and peek, so you can use your tool from there. You can also observe your surrounding. You can now use prone and crawl in
Ooh.
tall grass, so you can.
Ooh. That's cool. Being able to prone. Okay, I like it. I like it. We saw the grappling hook in the cinematic trailer, but damn, this is cool. The stealth options are solid.
You
I
can
like
go
it.
under small openings, so it's really useful to sneak around.
You're mine now, Snake.
But one of the big novelties is the dynamic perception of the enemies. They are affected by light and shadow. So here you can see Naoe can break the light and able to vanish and reduce the detection time. So it's a
I
lot
love
easier
it.
to quickly move undetected. The weapons of Naoe are great for combat, but also for stealth. Each weapon has a specific type of assassination. Like here with the Kusarigama, you can also assassinate your enemy, but at range.
Yeah.
With Naoe, you'll feel like a shinobi with all the new animation we added to make her a lot more agile and faster when doing parkour and everything she does basically.
Naoe is
Okay, I'm curious about the parkour system because it looks better than majority of the games, but I still think AC Unity had better parkour. But to be fair, the game, even it says here, it's work in progress. But I like the both animations, the parkour, and the stealth options. I really like that. You can destroy lights. It's cool. It's cool. I like it.
an agile, self-focused shinobi who will use noise, light, and shadows to evade detection as enemies respond to their changing surroundings.
You dig himself a trench.
Naoe is currently making her way to reach her target. She's going through some elite samurai houses, and as she progresses, the player will see and discover other iconic areas of the castle, such as the daimyo quarter.
The grappling hook can be also used to grab enemy, which is very
Ooh.
useful to move them quickly and dispose of them in the better spot. It's much more efficient
Cool,
than
cool.
just carrying dead body, for example.
It's giving the player the option to decide if they want to kill or not.
We have a couple of abilities, we have gear, we have weapon that can bring down enemies until they are wake up by other people. Like you saw with the Kusarigama, the katana also have special assassination.
Oh boy,
You can
oh boy.
stab people through shoji door and stay mostly silent.
I
So
love
depending
it.
on the weapon you have equipped, you have a different assassination opportunity.
Cool, it's really cool, honestly.
He's coming.
This game truly has potential. I like it. It's like Ubisoft is going back to the OG AC game formula, but honestly, just based on a trailer, I'm not gonna judge the game. It could be great, but who knows? Who knows? We have to wait for more information about the game, more gameplay videos, and honestly, for the final judgment, I have to wait for the release of the game. But based on what I see, I really, really like it.
I need to hide.
In interior, they are placed to hide, but one of the cool
Hello,
one is the beam that
Peter
you can use to
Parker.
grapple on the ceiling. It's really
Damn.
useful to not being spot, of course, but also wait for an opportunity to assassinate.
Really cool.
Useless, all of you. First, take your time.
Here we saw a sudden weather state change that triggered a thunderstorm.
The noise and the rain and the wind cover your footstep and also your action. The demo is in spring, but in winter the whole plan will be frozen, so you can't use the same tactic. You will
I
have
love
to
it.
use prawn in deep snow or use the kunai to deal with the target at distance.
When I checked the information about the game, I think a couple of weeks ago, one of the most intriguing parts was seasonal changes and basically season and weather, and the fact that how it will affect gameplay. See that the weather changes the way you can move, assassinate, and everything. Basically, makes new options or take some options from the player. It's great. I love it. But the thing is, how often will seasons change? It could be, it could be like Hogwarts Legacy, which is basically it's tied to the main quest. I hope not, but it's cool. The idea is a really cool one.
Another cool shinobi trick you can
Whoa, whoa,
see
whoa,
is
whoa,
Naoe
whoa.
using the breathing stick.
Yep.
With that, you can
I
stay hidden
love
on the
it.
water and wait for the perfect opportunity to
brother.
assassinate or just sneak around. If
Yeah.
you're detected, you can choose to escape, to return to your stealth loop, or go straight in combat. Naoe is choosing combat with the Kusarigama, a versatile weapon
I
that
love
can use
that.
the cycle in one hand and the weighted chain in the
Look at that. Other bamboo? Yeah. He destroyed the bamboo trees. I love it. I have to say, the amount of destructible objects in this game, it's kinda insane. The environment is really interactive. I like it.
other, allowing some range and melee fight.
Come on. They just disappeared instantly. I kinda get it. But I don't know. I don't know.
Depending on your attacks.
It's immersion breaking.
In this
Yeah.
case, the player decided to escape after
Run.
many guards joined the fight. Even if Naoe can be very deadly, she doesn't have a strong armor like Yasuke, so it's a lot more risky when you fight multiple enemies at the same time. Anyway, in this case, she already achieved her objective. She killed the daimyo, so all is fine. We just saw the infiltration at night with Naoe. You can also imagine the other option of taking Yasuke and breaking through the front door. Day, night,
Oh,
weather,
boy.
even season can affect the challenges on your path.
Thanks for watching. We hope that you've enjoyed this presentation. Assassin's Creed Shadows will be launching on November 15. We can't wait for you to play it.
Okay, I will say this. Let's finish the video. Cool. Honestly, based on what I saw, I really like it. But it's too soon to say the end result will be as cool as this trailer. I hope, because I really like AC franchise. I know the last couple of games, well, the last 3 games, from AC Odyssey to Mirage, wasn't my cup of tea. But again, this franchise has some of my absolute favorite games, like AC2, AC Brotherhood. Black Flag was a really cool game. Well, if you don't forget about all the tailing mission. But at the end, I'm hopeful for this game. I can see this game do really good. That could be interesting. But I'm really curious about weather system, weather and season change, and how it will affect both environment and the missions and the options, the whole thing. I hope we get more information in next trailers. I'm really curious to know about your opinion. What do you think about this game based on the gameplay and trailers? And as always, thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the content, please consider comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And see you in the next one, guys. Bye.